Let's talk about Galactic Warfare. All right. What do I even have to say about this topic? A lot. I'm an open channel. I've been channeling extraterrestrials for 14 years, so you bet your ass I've got information on this from my own channeling work, and I get asked about it a lot. It moves through my awareness quite a bit. It's been my choice to not really dive into it because it really barely fucking matters. And we're going to talk about why it barely fucking matters. But when I tapped in this morning to my own guidance system and my contactees, they were like, hey, a lot of sensitive starseeds are going to be exposed to the information. So why don't you offer them some information on it and then guide them on what really matters and how to transmute the energy, because that's what you're here for. You came in as a light being to transmute the false sense of fear of this matrix into infinite safety of the soul space. That's what you came to do. So when you come down here and you have these, I'm putting in quotes, channels, okay? Because I'm just going to be honest, a lot of people who say that they're channeling information that's extremely fear-based and fear-mongering, they're not channeling information. It's very misconstrued with stickum. I like to call it stickum in their electromagnetic field. It's like a lot of karmic entanglements and ego-based entities. I scratch the surface in most of my content because I just haven't seen it really be that important to go into some of these rabbit holes. But I'm finding that a lot of sensitive starseeds are going into rabbit holes and then kind of asking me about it. So anyway, as per usual, this is an ADHD ramble. Thank you for being here. Let's go. So first things first, I guess I'll talk a little bit more about when I see pages with massive followings, which makes sense. We're like addicted to drama. We're addicted to drama. We're conditioned to seek out duality. Fights, good and bad. Who's gonna win? It's in sports, it's in our movies, it's in our own community, it's in our family. It's like, whoa. Anyway, a lot of these channels, they're not channeling. And that's fine. Who fucking cares? Let's expand the concept of channeling. Channeling just means streaming energy through, whether it be informational, passion, excitement, these high frequency energies. Some people just have a different dial, okay? Such as myself, where it just happens to be certain information and entities and whatnot. And because I've refined my channels, and for some reason I just have this skill, I can pick up immediately the frequency that someone's channeling at and the entities that they're channeling just by floating around their content for a second. And I recently saw someone sent me like a page and they were like, this guy kind of talks about what you talk about, but like, I don't know, And I looked at some of his Starseed content and it was so fear-based. And one of the things he said, he was like, I need to keep talking because my guides won't let me sleep until I get this out and tell you about I think they're called like archons or something, who are manipulating blah, blah, blah. That is not light being channeled information. It's not. There's no urgency in channeling these high frequencies and these beings, these guides of love. There's urgency when you're maybe tapping into a frequency that your logical, physical mind and the fear in your emotional body is attracting in. So it's, channeling and psychic work is a little more complex than one might think. But I don't want to freak anyone out. Shit. Am I freaking you out? I hope not. Anyway, I am here to guide you away from the rabbit holes. This morning, I woke up and I thought to myself, shit feels a little funky. Shit feels a little funky. Definitely not the full moon. It's not just my chemicals. What is it? And tapped into my own energy system and went through the fields, and my guides, sorry, my mouth just made a weird ass sound. I'm actually thirsty. My guides showed me the earth and her electromagnetic field, and then they showed me 7 layers of density, because they're like, don't even worry about the other ones right now. The layers of density, first density, second density, third density, or the physical densities, right? We're in third density. A lot of times people mix up dimension and density, but when you get past 3D, you're quasi-physical. You're kind of fourth density is physical / non-physical. A lot of entities as well in this density, the astral plane and whatnot. And then you get into the higher density. So anyway, showed me the densities because they actually correlate with our chakra system and colors. And then there's infinite number of dimensions and densities. So I talk about this more in depth in the Starseed School. Anyway, showed me that. And I saw a filtering in through the densities of light. When I say light, I see light, but it's not even white light. It's beyond the color, not even white, but bright light. It's beyond that. We literally cannot comprehend the frequency of source when we're in our minds. So I see this energy moving through. And then when it hits the third, fourth, I saw this waves of energy being emitted from specific points on the planet and manipulating the incoming influx of light and manipulating the expression of the higher frequencies on the planet. And I was like, oh, that's sus, right? So then I'm like, okie dokie. And obviously this type of imagery and conversation comes in very quickly for me. And I've learned to be able to pull apart the information. So I'm sitting in bed drinking coffee and just seeing this in my mind's eye. And I'm like, all right, grasping the concept. And grasping the concept in a way well, how can I share this with people? How can I apply this to my everyday life, right? That's what I want to do. I want to take the woo-woo and take all the fear crap and make it into something that we can understand, because it doesn't need to be complicated. Anyway, so I was like, okay, it's being manipulated by, men, not men, but mans. I mean, probably men, but humans, right? It's being manipulated, which we know. I don't know about you, but I'm a conspiracy theorist. We know about MK Ultra. We know the whole mind control thing, all these experiments. We get it. This is nothing new. So it's all right. So that's been amped up recently. And so I'm well, how does this apply to me, my energy field? How does this apply to awakening starseeds? Because you are my people. I am so passionate about you. I love you so much because you are me. I know what it's like to be a highly sensitive, awakening starseed. And there's such an influx of energy, and it feels fucked up. Okay. Got that out. So I was well, how does this apply to us? So they're saying that naturally, as an awakening starseed, you came in with a higher frequency and you came to integrate it into the lower frequencies of physicality. Not easy, not an easy task. That's why your nervous system is frazzled, and why the baseline of all of this is to regulate the nervous system, which I use when I say energy system. That's what I'm talking about too, because the energetic blueprint of the nervous system is the energy system. I tap into people's energy systems and then I see how it's affecting the thoughts, the nervous system, the chakras, karma, all the things. So anyway, so how is it affecting us? So as we are opening to these higher frequencies, there's almost this expectation of it feeling better. But then it's like we get slammed by these false electromagnetic experiments, mind control, whatever, with these like low, like it like pulls us down. Hence that like roller coaster feeling of high vibe, low vibe, which again is why if you do anything in this life, it is to ground in the nervous system, right? So it's just making it harder. It's making it feel harder. And I'm not saying this so that you fall into, oh, I'm a victim of the matrix. Although, in this reality, victimhood is a valid archetype. Okay? I don't want to take that away from the experience totally, because I think it's a part of grieving. I think there's a part of grieving that's necessary. Be like, oh, wow, I incarnated into a glitched matrix, but I did it on purpose. You incarnated into a glitched, controlled, fear-based matrix, but you did it on purpose because you are light and you are powerful and you are capable of transmuting energy when you align with this remembering. I know this to be true. When we go into the realm of hyper-focusing on the ins and outs of all of these galactic wars and the bad of this and the bad of this and the battles, you're playing in to the illusion. Duality itself is the illusion. It's what keeps us stuck. When we remember our innate cosmic connection and light, we override the karmic cycle of Earth, of the glitched matrix. So where you put your energy matters. What you focus on matters. It's not spiritual bypassing to acknowledge how energy works and to be like, okay, when I focus on this, it triggers fear in my energy system. Fear, false evidence appearing real. Separation makes us feel fear. Separation from God, from source, creates fear because it's not real. You think as a self-sovereign light being, when you tap into that remembrance, that you're gonna get like what? I don't know. Some people talk about like when you die, you are abducted into the false light of the archons, blah, 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 blah. You really think falling into that patterning and that story helps you override it? No, it's not how energy works. And I'm feeling a little heated. I'm feeling a little triggered because I am like really sick of this psychobabble by these people who consume so much channeled content on all of this galactic war shit, but don't actually understand energy and do their own channeling work and see the big picture. The big picture. You've felt joy before, right? You felt love before. You felt connection within yourself and this planet before. That energy right there, tap into it right now. That feeling of appreciation, of the sunshine on your face, of gratitude. That energy right there cannot be touched. You get what I'm saying? The illusion is that something outside of you can break that connection. That's the illusion we fall into regularly here. Just come back. I know, it's easier said than done. Trust me, I just spent 10 days like sobbing on my floor because I know what the fuck was going on. But like to look at that and be like, oh, okay. Like, oh, yeah, it's such a trip. But guess what? I'm here to transmute energy. The thoughts based on limitation and separation aren't ours. It's just, the matrix here, it's not a vibrational match. So there's gonna be a lot of discord. Is that the right word? I know that's an app, but I'm not on it. And like, I feel like whatever. So it's like, I enjoy talking about some of this stuff, like the galactic war going on, but like in a way where we can be like, and it also doesn't really need to matter. It's always going to be about coming back within. And I get kind of mad when people use it to fearmonger and be like, get into my course because I'm going to teach you how to not be abducted or like some shit. I mean, is that what I'm doing? No. I mean, I'm telling you, like, this is what I teach and I can honestly, genuinely help and I'm doing the best I can. But, there's like a difference between using fear and then using just like honesty and authenticity. And I certainly aim for the latter. But anyway, it is all a distraction to the war within. I'm going to say it again. It is all of it. A distraction, a convenient distraction, a little exciting distraction to the war within. We're all one. We're all one. So I remember that. This is a distraction to the duality within my own energy system. I came here to transmute duality within my own energy system. And when I focus on the duality outside of myself and convince myself it has control over me, it does. But when I remember it doesn't, I remember what I'm actually here to do, it doesn't. That simple. And that is what I am here to teach you. I am not here to freak you out. I'm not here to tell you that all these entities outside of you are going to kidnap you and if you're blah, blah, blah. Like, it's because it's not true. That is not what you incarnated to remember. And I do not approve of pretend channels who have not cleared their channels and really understood the complexity of the mental bodies and their emotional fields to spew this information. They're just afraid within themselves. And I as I'm saying that, it's like, the inner questioning is like, well, have you ever been a scared child that, wants to feel less afraid? So you maybe try to convince other people to be afraid so you don't feel so alone? Yeah, of course. So now I can have more compassion for these people. Yay, transmuted, right? So another thing is like, I don't consume, did I already say this on this podcast? Oh my God, if I did, I'm sorry. Again, ADHD, sorry, not sorry. I don't consume a lot of other channel content. I just want to stick with my own shit and trust that it's coming through in the right ways that helps me and helps others. So a lot of the channel information about this stuff I get through my Akashic Galactic readings because y'all came here with really specific missions that tie into your karmic energy patterning. And one client, maybe a month or two ago, her mission, I how do I even go into detail? It's so freaking detailed. Her mission really had to do with like the energetic fertilization of the earth and like the microcosms and fungi and freaking fascinating shit. And she came from this like offset planet that was like little like green beings who transmute energy of of like earth and dirt. So, but it all went back. Akashically came into, I saw like a draconian species come into our universe through a black hole. And I'm like not super interested in that stuff. Like, I'm not going to Google it. I'm not going to read into it. Like, I don't care. If it's coming into my awareness, I trust that it serves some purpose. But like, why would I feed all of that my energy, right? So anyway, and so I get the information through that channeling session that like these beings kind of fucked up their own universe. So like, they're like, oh, I'm going to go in here. And there's so much light here. There's so much light in our universe, and we're so powerful. Like, it ain't happening. But, you know, they'll give it their shot. There's too many starseeds on our beautiful planet. Light wins at one. Love wins at one, right? This is just, we're experiencing the patterning of the Orion Wars in this density. It all already happened, and it's all already, like, fine. Did I make sense? Yay or nay? Anyway, thank you for being here. I love you. If this made any sense to you, if it resonated, if you loved it, please leave a review. It really helps other awakening starseeds find my content. Post it on your Instagram. Tag me. Let me know if you have questions. If you are familiar with me on Instagram, like, I connect with you all. I answer DMs and comments. Like, I do my best. Like, I actually care. I'm here. This is what I'm here for. All right. Bye. Thank you so much for listening to this episode of The Cosmic Tea. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, share on your socials, leave a review, tag me, share with your friends. All of the things really help me, and I appreciate it so much. Also, if you want to hear from me every single Monday morning in your email, subscribe to the Magic 5. It's a free newsletter filled with Starseed Transmissions, magical tidbits, astrological happenings, and of course, unhinged human riffs on life. Show notes, baby. Take a peek, click it, subscribe, and I will see you in your inbox. Bye.